Welcome to Shelbrook Speaks Out, where we explore ideas, thoughts, and perspectives purely from our own point of view. Please note that the discussions in this podcast are based on personal opinions and should not be taken as professional advice or factual information. We encourage you to think critically, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Thanks for tuning in, and let's dive into today's topic. Welcome back to Shelbrook Speaks Out. I'm truly grateful you're here, choosing to spend some of your valuable time with me today. It means a lot. In a world that's always buzzing with social media, breaking news, deadlines, the sheer volume of just stuff pulling at our attention, it's easy for our own inner voice to get lost. You know, the quiet wisdom that often gets drowned out. Our energy and focus are precious, like a limited supply of your favorite coffee. Every thought we hold onto shapes what our reality looks like. So today, I want to share a simple 3-step practice. It's not a magic pill that solves everything, though that would be great for traffic jams. Instead, it's kind of a roadmap to help guide your attention toward what really matters, and to let go of the burdens you simply don't need to carry. It's about figuring out what's yours to handle and what belongs in someone else's overflowing to-do pile. So let's imagine together. Picture 2 circles, like a target, drawn on a piece of paper. The outer ring, the bigger circle, is your circles of concern. This is where all those what-ifs live. What if the economy crashes? What if my boss is upset? What if I accidentally left the stove on even though you're sure you didn't? These are all things that bother you, but that you don't actually have control over. It's like trying to tell the weather to be sunny on your day off, and good luck with that, because you can think about them all you want, but you just can't change them. Now, look at the inner circle, the smaller one. This is your circle of influence. If this is where your power lies, then this is where you can truly make things happen. It holds your choices, your actions, and how you respond to things. When you see these 2 circles clearly, it's like suddenly having a map. You start to notice how much energy you spend worrying about the storms that you just can't stop. And then the smaller inner circle, that's where possibility shines, where every thought and effort can actually make a real difference. It's quite liberating to realize you don't have to carry every worry that pops into your head. This idea of what's truly ours to carry reminds me of a good friend that was going through a really tough time. I felt compelled to fix everything for them. I was making calls, researching solutions, even trying to tell them what they should do, even when they weren't ready to hear it. I thought my determination was a great gift. I was like a well-meaning but slightly overbearing stage parent trying to manage every scene. But what they really needed most was just presence. They needed someone to simply sit with them in their pain without trying to put a bandage on every wound. When I finally learned to simply listen, to sit quietly and just say, "I'm here for you," I saw how much comfort that brought them. That, more than any grand plan that I could come up with, was the true support. Thinking about that lesson reminds us that sometimes stepping back is the greatest act of love. It means allowing others and ourselves the grace to find our own way. It's a powerful lesson in letting go of the need to control everything and just being available. And honestly, it often saves you a lot of unnecessary running around. So now that we understand our circles, let's learn about a reliable practice. This method isn't about being perfect. Nobody is, trust me. I still occasionally try to open locked doors with my car keys. This is about making a clear choice in life's busy moments. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through each step with care, pointing out the quiet moments that can turn a quick thought into a lasting change. Life, it moves fast, but there are quiet pockets waiting to be found. When a strong thought or feeling hits you, it's like a wave of worry about a presentation or a jolt of frustration. Just pause, take a breath. Notice that everything's happening in your body: a tight chest, a faster heartbeat, a thought going round and round in your head. Just observe this moment without judgment. Then tell yourself, this is the feeling of fear, or this is that familiar thought of not being enough. In that simple act of naming it, you create space between yourself and that feeling. You're no longer swallowed by it. You're the one watching it. It's like putting a label on a jar of pickles. You know what it is, and you don't have to guess. Once you've named the feeling, thoughtfully ask, can I do anything about this? Imagine a line. At one end are things that you can't change, such as other people's feelings, the weather, what happened yesterday. At the other end are your small actions and choices. Put your worry on that line. It's something you can influence. You have a clear path forward. If it's beyond your reach, you have permission to step away. I remember the first time I truly asked myself this. I wasted weeks agonizing over something I couldn't change. It was like trying to herd cats. A lot of effort, zero results. That clarity, like a light suddenly turning on, helped me use my energy for things that I could shape. It was a revelation and, frankly, a huge relief. When your concern is outside of your circle of influence, we turn to release. This isn't about ignoring it. It's about choosing not to carry the extra weight. Picture placing that concern into a clear jar. You see it, you acknowledge it, and then you seal it. It exists, but it's not loose in your mind anymore. You can visit it later if you choose, but it won't grab your attention without your permission. Envision that jar floating away, gracefully lifting from your hands, carried by a soft breeze. Watch it drift, steady and calm. Feel the lightness that settles over you. It's like sending your unwanted junk mail back to sender. It's still out there, but it's not cluttering your space anymore. If your concern is something that you can reach, let's act, but with focus and grace. Choose the smallest possible next step. It might be writing one sentence for an email, making a quick call, or jotting down one key idea. Set a timer for 5 minutes. For that time, focus fully on this tiny task without worrying about the rest. This practice builds trust in yourself, and you learn that small actions add up to big, important changes. When I faced a really big project, breaking into tiny steps changed my feeling from dread to action. One sentence led to the next, and before I knew it, I created momentum. It's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time, though I don't recommend actually eating elephants. They're pretty big. To make this practice part of your daily life, take a few moments each evening to review your day. Remember a stressful moment and walk through it. Replay it in your mind. You pause, you name it, you evaluate it, and you either release or you act. You don't need a journal, just your memory and your intention. Over time, these mental exercises train your brain, making presence and clarity your usual way of responding. You'll notice subtle shifts, a lighter feeling at bedtime, fewer worries circling, and growing confidence in facing challenges. This is the quiet power of consistent practice. As you try this, watch for a few common traps, though. 1. Perfectionism. This often looks like high standards, but it can hide a fear of starting. Projects get stuck, decisions hang in the air, But remember, done often has more impact than perfect. Finishing something, even if it's not flawless, frees up your energy and builds a pattern of accomplishment. Sometimes good enough really is just that, good enough. Next is the drama habit. Anxiety can feel familiar, a rush that makes us feel alive. But when we chase that rush, we mistake conflict for purpose. Notice when your mind tries to stir up drama and redirect the energy toward calm action. Not every molehill needs to be a mountain to climb. Next, we have comparison. When we look at others' perfect online lives, we can feel small. But those filtered moments don't show the full story. All the struggles and the doubts. Your life, with all its twists and turns, is uniquely yours. Ground yourself in your values and your own speed, drawing strength from your unique path. Don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And it's natural to wonder why we hold on to worries. You have a fear of uncertainty. Worry often pretends to be a shield against the unknown. It whispers that if we think about every possible bad thing, we'll be safe. But not knowing everything isn't a void. It's rich ground for new ideas and growth. When you admit your fear, it changes from a hidden enemy into a flashlight, showing you where you really need to put your attention and your action. Identity stories. We tell ourselves stories. I'm a worrier, or I can't handle change. These labels stick because we repeat them. But stories can be rewritten. Choose a new one. I'm someone who welcomes new possibilities. Say it, live it, and watch it change what you believe about yourself. Letting go of control isn't giving up. It's making space. By putting down what you can't change, we open up more room for what we can grow. Good relationships, creativity, joy, etc. That is the real gift of letting go. It's like decluttering your closet. Suddenly you have room for all the new clothes that you actually love. To help build this habit, here are a few simple tools. A morning question. Each morning, take 2 minutes to ask, what's within my power today? Let these few words focus you before the world gets noisy. Have an accountability partner. At day's end, share one sentence with someone you trust, a worry you released, or a step that you took. This simple act builds shared support and helps you remember your progress. Take a midday pause. Set a quiet chime on your phone for midday. When it sounds, quickly review. Pause, evaluate, release, or act. Even 30 seconds can reset your day. So today, we talked about our 2 circles and learned a 3-step practice that helps us choose presence over anxiety. These steps, pause, evaluate, release, or act, are simple but powerful when you do them regularly. I invite you to do a simple 3-day challenge. Every evening, write down one worry you let go of and one small action that you took. Watch how your mind feels a little bit lighter and your spirit feels steadier with each entry. It's like building up your emotional muscles. So you're doing a mental workout. Well, this brings the end of the episode, so I'd like to thank you for sharing this time with me today. You deserve peace, and you have the power to find it. So until next time, be kind to yourself and choose presence. I'm Ben Shelbrook, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Until next time. Well, that's it for today's episode of Shelbrook Speaks Out. A big thanks to Intertwine for providing the music. Be sure to go over and check them out on Spotify. If you've enjoyed the show, head over to benshelbrook.com where you can grab some merch and find other ways to support the podcast. You can also show your support directly by clicking the support button on our website or through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to everything are in the episode description. Thanks for listening. and we'll catch you on the next time. This has been Shelbrook signing off. Have a great day.